day for fight fans, and it's also a great day for official MMA buzz. It's the first episode, and I'm very excited about this. I've been wanting to do this for a long time to cover this sport. It's a dream come true. And what better day to cover it than UFC Fight Night 103, BJ Penn, the return of the Hall of Famer against Yair Rodriguez. So without further ado, let's get buzzed. We have a lot to talk about in a short amount of time, and I want to start with the main card, the headliner, BJ Penn versus Yair Rodriguez. You've got the story of the old buck versus the new gun, old school versus new school, and the question I guess everybody wants to know is, does BJ Penn still have it at 38 years old? He's 16, 10-2, and he's looking to make a statement. You saw in the weigh-ins, he was aggressive. He was in Yair's face. He was looking all crazy, and I was really excited about it when I saw it. I was happy to see BJ make his return. I wanted to see him in the cage a few more times. I know he hasn't won since 2010, but he has done some great things. He's accomplished so much in this sport. He's a 2-division champ. That states testament to his game. And Yair is an up-and-comer. He's on a 7-fight win streak. He's pretty dangerous all around, and he's looking to make his own statement. He feels like BJ's had his time. He's been there, done that, and now it's his chance to make a shot at that title run at 145. So this is a great fight to tune in for. What I'm most excited about is just to see if BJ still has it. Can he still hang with the young buck? And to do this, he's going to have to utilize his jab, and if he gets taken down, he's going to have to use that fantastic butterfly guard that he has and his flexibility to try to pull off some sort of submission or get back on his feet. He's training out of Greg Jackson's camp right now, which is in Albuquerque, New Mexico, and that's where they go to breed champions. So if anybody knows how to get BJ this victory and this comeback run, it's going to be Greg Jackson. You've seen John Jones, Holly Holm, George St. Pierre back in the day, all training at Greg Jackson's. So they breed champions, and that's where BJ needs to be, and I think he's found a home there, which is really exciting for the sport to have someone like him come back and try to make one last run. Yair, on the other hand, he is on a 7-fight win streak, and he is very elusive, and his striking is unpredictable. He'll throw a kick at you out of nowhere. You won't even see it coming. You saw that with Alex Caceres. He was doing cartwheel kicks, spinning around, jumping around, and so he's got a big challenge in front of him with BJ. They both do in their own regard. So I'm really excited to see this fight. You have some other fighters on the main card that I've been following for a while, one of which is Joe Lozon. He's always an exciting fighter, and he's got a lot of Fight of the Night win bonuses. He's fighting against Marcin Held. That'll be a chess match, 2 submission artists trying to pull off one submission on the other, and they're both very dangerous on the ground, so we'll have to see how this fight plays out. I think, personally, Joe Lozon's going to take it. He looked pretty peppy in the weigh-in video that I watched, and so I'm thinking he's going to come out guns a-blazing. He likes to bang, too, so he has no problem standing in the pocket, it makes for an exciting fight. You have Ben Saunders versus Court McGee. That's going to be an interesting fight, too. They both met each other back in the day on the Ultimate Fighter show, and they haven't really seen a lot of each other, but I do know they are friends, and when friends get together and they scrap, it always makes for a good fight to see which one wants it more. You never really want to hurt the guy too bad because you are friends with him. You have this quarrel in your mind, but at the same time, you know that you're going out there to do a job, and that usually makes for great bloodbaths. So I'm really looking forward to see that one. I know Court McGee has a great chin, so we'll see if Ben Saunders can put the pressure on him and try and take him out. The last fight that I want to talk about is Sergio Pettis versus John Moraga. Now, Sergio is kind of a fighter that has gone relatively unknown. He might have gotten some of his star status from his brother, Anthony Pettis, who won the belt at 155 and has recently dropped down to 145, but has had trouble making weight, as we saw in his last fight. So I'm really excited to follow Sergio Pettis. I've been following him for a while now. He fights out of Duke Roufus up in Milwaukee alongside CM Punk and his brother. And you know that they also come very prepared, too. Sergio has a record of 4-2 in the UFC, 4 victories, 2 losses. He's dangerous all around as well. He's an up-and-comer. I would keep my eye on him, and I really like him because the flyweight division has been pretty stagnant for a while. You saw evidence of that when you had Tim Elliott, who won the latest Ultimate Fighter, challenged Demetrius Johnson for the belt at 125 flyweight division, and while it was a great fight, I don't see why with another win or two, Sergio Pettis can't do the same thing. I feel like his game's really coming together and he's really underrated. So I'm curious to see what this kid's got in the future. One thing I'd like to do on the show is I would like to, since I'm based out of Chicago, travel out to Milwaukee. It's not far. See if I can get a one-on-one with Sergio and just see where he wants to be in the future, what his goals are, what his aspirations are. Does he want to get built up? Does he like the media? And what is it ultimately that he's looking for? Is he looking to be a champion? Is he looking for big money fights? It seems like in today's MMA world, everybody's looking for that money fight. Not a lot of emphasis on the belt. It's just a nice showcase to have, to say that you've been a champion. It secures your legacy a little in the Hall of Fame. A lot of people are looking to secure their legacy, so I'm curious to see what Sergio wants to do. He's got a test with John Moraga. John Moraga brought his kids up with him for the weigh-ins. You know he's got a family to feed, and he means business, so that'll be a great scrap to watch. And I just want to say that our show is really at the beginning stages, and I'm very excited. We have a couple things that, as the fan, you can relate to, and some things that you can do. One of which is tweet in fights that you would like to see. We will try to break those down and give you predictions on who we feel will win those fights, and if they actually make sense in the UFC to host a fight like that. Another thing that we do is we have our scouting report. That's where you send in highlight reels, you tweet in, you send videos, local talent, up-and-comers, people that you would like to see in the UFC or in a bigger organization. What we'll do is we'll also break those down, see if we can get some exposure to some of the local guys, Skype interview with them, and just get the local MMA community together and try to bring some of these fighters up and show the UFC and some of these bigger organizations that there are people out here who are grinding every day, who would love to fight on a bigger card in a bigger promotion, and that's something that I really want to give back to, if I can, to the fans. So I just want to say one more time, tweet us, official MMA Buzz. We'd love to hear from you. Comment on our page, and we'll be doing a lot more in the future. We're going to take this game by storm, so you just stay tuned and have a great day.